Many believe that her skull is here in the church of Saint Maximin la Sainte Baume.
Weird.
Every year on her Saint's Day, it's taken in procession around the town.
Even more weird. Okay, that's really awkward.
This is a day of festivity and noise. And Mary is said to have ended her life in very different circumstances.
The Blessed Mary Magdalene sought quiet contemplation and went into the wilderness to a place chosen by the angel of God.
Yeah, right.
And there she lived completely alone for 30 years.
Come on.
Without the comfort of running water or trees or plants.
Yeah, because she was running for her life.
And heard the glorious singing of the heavenly choir.
This contemplative Mary is very different from the woman who spoke out to the apostles. Conveniently for the church, she is isolated and silent, and she's also taken on a burden of sin. In the 6th century, Pope Gregory the Great announced that Mary Magdalene was the same woman as the unnamed sinner in the Gospel who weeps on Christ's feet,
Come on.
with her hair and anoints them.
So silly.
They're very clearly.
What is that, sunblock?
But Gregory the Great amalgamated them, and that is how Mary Magdalene, the repentant prostitute, came into being.
Really? Okay.
Mary was now saddled with her reputation. She became a favourite subject for artists who used her as a warning against the sins of the
Oh,
flesh.
whoa.
At the same time,
What's
enjoyed
going on
the
here?
charge. And in almost every picture, she was associated with a jar of ointment with which she was now supposed to.
Wow.
Mary Magdalene became the archetypal sinner, while the Virgin Mary was promoted as the ideal woman.
What?
Adopting Magdalene's former role as Jesus' faithful follower.
Wow. This was be baby Jesus?
Women in Christianity, if you like, in the New Testament, are Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene. And they fulfill two stereotypes of women, virgin and whore. And those two very strong stereotypes, simplistic stereotypes
Silly.
of how women are clearly defined by people who are other than women, i.e. men.
Yep.
It's interesting that they trash the
Silly.
flesh and blood woman and elevate the sexless, holy, pure, spotless Virgin Mother. That's the way the church was dealing with the mentality that flesh is evil.
Mary, the repentant sinner, became inextricably bound up with the church's uncomfortable relationship with sexuality.
You go forward into the 18th and the 19th century, and you see women being incarcerated for the crime of being sexual beings, unwed mothers. And many of these were offered shelter and protection in what were called Magdalenes, particularly in Ireland.
What? They were called Magdalenes?
Magdalenes were Catholic workhouses that took in washing as labour for the women residents.
What?
For 17